we said, okay, let's populate this for Hindi, let's populate this for Indonesian, let's populate this for all the languages that we're targeting. And as we get those languages, and just like the European Parliament has provided corpus to the community at large, to the technology community at large, it has enabled them to create hundreds of engines, so you can go from Finnish to Italian. They're pretty terrible, but I mean, it's technically possible. So we will be able to do the same thing. We'll be able to go from Chinese to Japanese, Chinese to Hindi, Hindi to Thai, Hindi to Bahasa. So it will build the momentum in terms of inter-regional communication. And so we have lots of utilities that we plan to introduce, like cross-language chats, email conversion, things to facilitate communication. And as the quality climbs higher and higher, we're going to be doing things like that. But basically what we're saying is that we want to create a lot more content to get a lot more Asian eyes online. And so once you got some of this content in place, the first step is to try and recruit the young people that are going to be doing the translations. The crowd, the community that benefits, and also the community that will help in the translation. So this is what the AsiaOnline page. So we have now split off from the Wikipedia. And if you want to see Wikipedia content in Thai, you have to go to AsiaOnline.com. And AsiaOnline.com is a site that does not allow Google to crawl. So we have our own search engine. This is how we're going to monetize it. So this page is asking people to come and join. How to improve your English. If you look at all these countries, all over Asia, including China, one of the largest singles, educational industries there is English education. Everybody wants to learn English. So we're appealing to that, saying that if you join the translation team and help us find, and improve the quality, and we give you some kind of indicator, and we say that if you help raise the quality, it becomes more and more perfect, and it becomes more and more valuable, and it helps Thailand, and you can contribute to the future of Thailand. So we're appealing to people's patriotic motivations, I guess, and trying to get them to engage.
And can you just back up for a second to you're blocking the search engine crawlers? Are they not potentially delivering traffic to you? How is that protecting your own monetization of the content?
Well, in the case of Google, we're doing a lot of work to create the parallel corpus, and we don't want them to just take it and Google has the same exact translation.
Well, so it's not so much about the traffic to your site; it's about them taking the content from your site and using that to train their own MT.
Yeah. So Google and now Microsoft too. So we don't let Google, Microsoft, and Yahoo crawl. But we have search capabilities. It's much more primitive, but it's optimized around Thai. It's optimized around Thai search. So it's created around that 500,000 word dictionary we have, and it's
written in Chinese search engine. Is it Baidu?
Baidu, yeah.
Are you blocking them as well, or is it allowing them to?
Baidu focuses very heavily on China. They don't. We're actually using a model that was, if you look in Korea, this was exactly what this Korean company called Naver did. Naver is a company that has 67% search engine share in Korea. Google has 1.5%. So Google is a non-entity in Korea. And what Naver has done is they created content and they locked Google out. And so a Korean who wants to find Korean content searches through Naver. And I think this is the model that's going to happen. The only place in Asia that Google has any kind of standing is India. And that's because so far, the only Indians that are online are the ones that read English. And as the other languages penetrate, as the other languages grow in content, I think Google's standing will not be as dominant. So Google's dominance is very much in the English-speaking and some European markets, not even all European markets. In some Eastern European markets, they don't have dominance. But in Korea is probably their single worst market. In China, they've invested probably hundreds of millions of dollars, and they've managed to get to like a 17-18% share. Baidu is still. I've been told by people at Google that they do something in the morning, some new search engine trick, and by that evening, Baidu has copied it. So they're just watching what Google's doing, and they're not going to give up that share. And like people talk about Facebook, 300 million users. There are social network equivalents like Facebook in China that are already over 300 million. So it's as these countries can self-maintain and self-sustain because they have enough people there. So this is part of the recruitment process. We're asking people to come and take a test. Everyone who is going to be allowed to edit the content that we have has to take a translation test. And this is a translation test that's changing all the time, so you can't game it. And so there are like whole phrases that it's not a long translation test. It's like a 15-30 minute test that shows that they basically understand English and they basically understand Thai, and that they're competent to do that. And so as they go through, it's highly automated. So we don't even really need human beings to look at it. We know that there's 12 acceptable translations for this phrase, and if they got 90% of that correct, it's correct. So it's a highly automated process, and once they qualify to be a translator, they're given access to the content, and then they can start looking at the source target and start making changes. And these changes are marked and clearly identified and stored in databases that take all the different versions, because we're actually interested in, we don't believe there's one right version of any translation. We want to see the variations in the language because we want the engines to learn the variations, because they can be several. And we have a ranking board of the people that did the most documents. So we monitor who in the last week, in the last day, the last month, who is doing it. Part of the recruitment process also is that you're helping Thailand, and yes, you're not getting paid, but you're doing this noble task that will help your fellow students and your children. But we also provide each correction that is accepted entitles the contributor to be eligible for like a lottery ticket, and they win college scholarships, iPods. We look for sponsors on a regular basis, and they give you a case of Coke. Can be all kinds of things. So we're now in that phase of trying to publicize this. And targeting the youth market. So targeting everything from like junior high to university. That is our target market. But we're finding lots of housewives that want their children to have access to information are going in and doing stuff. So most of the crowdsourcing stuff has come on children's content. We've had a hard time getting people to volunteer for physics and probability theory and biotech. There's not a lot of volunteers on that so far. And, we're trying to figure out how to do that. To actually target university students in those areas and maybe even pay them. So it's a.
I'm trying to reconcile the use of SMT and machine translation with the crowdsourcing translation. What's the relationship between these? Because your earlier model, you said you recruited linguists to fine-tune the SMT. Now, what are these crowdsourcing translators doing?
If you're trying to translate 4 billion words, 20 linguists are not going to get you to your target. So step one